My name is Jesse Freeman, here with FourSight Solutions. We're watching the WingtraRAY in action today. Welcome to the FourCast. Today we're going to be looking at the WingtraRAY. We're going to start by unboxing it here. So it's a little bit windy here today. The WingtraRAY can fly in sustained winds. It's a little bit below 20 miles an hour, 15 to 20 miles an hour with wind gusts up to 26. This is the WingtraRAY vertical takeoff drone used primarily for surveying and mapping. This is the brand new model. We're going to get in the air today here. Put the batteries in here. Power on. Flight planning is done from the tablet here. You just connect your telemetry cable here. Connects to the drone. We'll go through the pre-flight checklist on here. Standard pre-flight checklist, flap check. Make sure the cap's off your camera payload right here. The one part you want to be careful of is the takeoff here today, but it has stabilizing technology in it. So yeah, you can see it's already rocking here today, but the drone will stabilize itself in a fashion that it can take off and land safely. And we're about ready to take off here. Next, all you do, swipe here to take off, and there it takes off. So you can see you have your flight tracker here. We have 53% on our batteries, about 3 minutes left in our flight. Wind's currently at 7.6 miles an hour. We're flying 394, 398, right around there. Got your flight path here. You can zoom in on it and see exactly where it is in the air. You have your safety features here. If you need to pause it for whatever reason, a helicopter, a plane comes into sight. If you need to return home for whatever reason, you would slide to confirm. We're gonna let it finish up. As we can see, it's gonna start landing here. Yeah, man, pretty close to the target for how windy it is. All of these parts are detachable, replaceable. Shove it back in here and it has a magnet. You can replace the rotors, the propellers here. These are standard propellers, but you can get high altitude propellers, low noise propellers. The nose is replaceable here, batteries. It's a big step up in design. One of the other great features too, the payload. That way you can swap out payloads. Simple as this. Hit the clip, pull it out. And that's your payload here. This is the MAP 61 payload. Like I said, this is a mapping and surveying payload. Sony camera. This will guarantee your 1/10 of a foot tolerances and accuracy. So you can swap it out to a LiDAR, multispectral, the Inspect high resolution camera. All you do is shove it back in here, pop it in place, lock it down, you're ready to fly. So the nose cover here is magnetically on, so you can see it. I'm kind of squeezing it here and it's not coming off, so you got to give it a little tug. Magnet here. This is your battery port here. So see batteries just slide in and out. Slide them back in. They have a clamp here, and then your SD card enters right here. And then your power button here. Just hit it twice. Hold it till you see the ring light up. Now it's on. Cover back on. And you can feel a clamp there a little bit. So this is our flight planning screen, all operated here from the tablet. Got a short flight plan here today, just covering 3.9 acres. So this dashed line here, that's our geo barrier. The Wingtra will always stay inside of that. So you can see we're right up to it because we're near on the highway. We have other buildings, some obstacles over here, an antenna. Now the Wingtra has object detection in it, but we're gonna avoid that day. We're gonna fly this small area today. So this blue line here is my flight path. And then you can see in the shaded area, that's the area we're actually gonna map here today. So like I said, just a small area of our shop here. But it's gonna take off here. It's gonna gain its altitude, go around till it gets to the altitude. So today we're gonna fly 394 feet. This again, you wanna let the Wingtra calculate so you can guarantee your ground sampling distance or GSD. So right now, we got that almost a 1-to-1 ratio. You can turn it down if you need to, and you can see there the height above ground changed to 281. It's gonna fly lower and take more pictures. So if you need to get real tight and accurate in here, you can change your GSD, or if you're in it for speed, covering a large area, you can mess with that too, and then you can determine there. With everything green check marks, we're within our geo barrier here. Hit save, and then start our flight setup. This takes us through the pre-flight checklist. You can see it's automatically calculating some of it for us. I'll go through and click the rest. So it's calculating everything, trying to take out that human error. It's uploading the flight plan right there. Final check for takeoff. And then we hit start flight. Slide to confirm. And there it takes off. It's funny when I'm doing real demos, it's like, all right, that's the demo. There it goes. And you're like, where'd it go? So the Wingtra is a survey mapping drone. The feature with this one that differentiates it from any of the quadcopters, it covers a large area in a quick amount of time. This guy can cover up to 1,300 acres in 1 hour. It uses variable speed to guarantee you're still 1/10 of a foot accuracy, vertical and horizontal. That's kind of what makes this one special. It can cover a large area and still keep your accuracy. The other great feature on this guy, it has a parachute built in so you can get your clearance for operations over people. You don't need a waiver from the FAA anymore, so you can fly over roads, people, water, whatever it may be, because now you have that safety feature built into it. That's probably the #1 thing that differentiates it from the rest of the quadcopters. #1 question I always get is how hard is this thing to operate? On a tablet here, the main thing we always try and tell people, let the drone do its thing. It's an autonomous flight, takes a lot of the user error and guesswork out of it. Since it's a survey drone, you're gonna want it to calculate the exact speed, height, everything it wants to do to guarantee that 1/10 of a foot accuracy. The other thing that's really important, with all the new bans in place, the federal bans with DJI and affecting foreign drones, this guy is Blue List certified. So it's cleared for federal projects, federal funding, federal contracting. So this one's certified, good to go for any federal project. So with the survey and mapping, you can do your cut fill analysis, calculate volumetrics, your quantities, stockpiles. This is the main use of a surveying drone. There's other features on it. You can put on the LiDAR camera, an inspect camera that's a high resolution camera that can detect cracks in the ground for a runway or road. A corridor flight, this is one of the best drones to use because it can fly down and back, where normally you have to overlay and stitch, but based on the design of the fixed wing, corridor flight's a nice feature of this one. So you can use it on, like I said, roads. So for federal contractors, interstates, highways, where you gotta fly down and back, this has the parachute and the corridor feature that makes it really useful to use. So start to finish, out of the box, plan your flight. That part probably takes 15 minutes. Depending on the size of your flight, you can cover up to 100 acres in 10 minutes. So depending on how big your site is, like I said, it can go up to 1,300 acres in an hour. If you're around 100 acres and it's 10 minutes, you could fly start to finish in under 45 minutes. Then there's a processing part. So once you get your photos, you take the SD card out of the top here, put that into your computer, process it. We personally use propeller processing. There's many other options out there. We like to use propeller, and that's usually done by the end of the day. So start to finish, you can fly 100 acres, 45 minutes, get your processing done, 4 hours from there. So you start in the morning, you have all your data by the afternoon. Batteries last up to about an hour. Like I said, you're covering 1,300 acres in an hour on a standard flight. So you should be able to cover everything you need in one set of batteries. Yeah, this is a much safer way, much more efficient, and it's just as accurate. It takes a lot of the user error out of it. Instead of walking, 100 acres, setting up your ground points, checking in every day, you can just fly this. Set up your ground control points, permanent posts, check in with that. You fly it once a month, you can keep track of it. Takes the human element out of it. It's safer, more efficient, and get back to doing other work. So the last unit was the Gen 2. That's about 3 years old, 2 to 3 years old. And this one's the brand new one. So this one will last you at least probably 2 to 3 years. Take care of it. The technology will last you even more, up to 5 and more. With the features on this too, one of the great parts and step up from the Gen 2, a lot of these features and parts on it are all replaceable, where the Gen 2 was a little bit of an all or nothing situation. If you're interested in a demo, learning more about it, we offer demos, service flights. We could fly you to a job site for you, give you the data so you don't have to jump all the way in, buy this drone without knowing what you're doing. We'll help train you, show you how it works, and we're kind of here every step of the way. If you're interested in the WingtraRAY, we have all kind of different technologies, drones, construction equipment technology. If that's something you might be interested in, we'd love to help, sell the drones, offer service flights, support, training. Contact us at FourSight Solutions. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Jesse Freeman, again here with FourSight Solutions. We're watching the WingtraRAY in action today. See you next time on the FourCast.